Hey everybody, it's Marty, the JavaScript party. My buddy Rhett back there, and I got her pecan. So here you go, baby. You want that? We'll put that right there for you. Oh, I dropped it. We gotta get it. All right, that should keep her busy. We'll see if she cares. I think she's gotten tired of pecans. She's been getting a lot of pecans lately. So we are working on the camera service unit tests. We've been working on unit tests the entire month of April, I believe. And it's been, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I'm glad I did it. As a developer, I feel like I'm a better developer now. And I have noticed that, like, in any other front end work I'm doing now, it just like everything is, I've got a lot more clarity now than I did. So that says a lot because, I've been developing JavaScript since 1996. So we are talking like 30 years, right? Like, in 8 months, in less than 8 months, it'll be 30 years. I would say I've not experienced this much growth from any activity in at least 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 20 years. So, I'm glad I did it and all that. I definitely appreciate it. Now, has it been good for this project? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's been good for this project at all. I think it has completely taken my eye off the ball. I don't think, it's hard to even, like, I haven't thought about code that is related to this in almost a month, and then I haven't thought about this in like probably 2 months, right? So like literally all we have are some cubes, which like I think it'll be like in literally a 4 hour period, I could probably have 10 different things. Like each one of these could be a different kind of geometric thing. So anyways, but it is 8:44, so I do not have very much time, which is probably a good thing. And I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful outside. I believe it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but it is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. It's outside, so it is absolutely gorgeous. Um, it says expect 3 rainy days in a row starting tomorrow. So that is one thing that always gets me is that we get a lot of rain. We have days where we get like one solid hour of just rain just coming down like hard for an hour, and then sunny the rest of the day. And what that does is it makes it to where you can't really mow the lawn because the grass is wet, and it's bad for the lawnmower to do that, especially for the blade. But then it grows like crazy because it's got plenty of water and plenty of sun. So that is always the challenge around here. And then the next time you go to mow, it's so much harder because you've got the grass is so much taller and thicker. So, but it is absolutely beautiful around here in general. Yeah. So tomorrow there's a very good chance of rain, and then Wednesday there's a very good chance of rain. Right now they're not showing a very good chance of rain. So, yeah. So tomorrow starting at 7 a.m. we have like a 48. Well, actually, tomorrow midnight we have 27% chance of rain, and then then we have the lowest it gets is, then it kind of goes up straight from there until we get to 9 p.m. in which it's got a 39% chance of rain. It's 58% at noon, which 58% is probably more like 80%. They probably really think it's going to rain if they say 58%. So yeah, fortunately I mowed the front and my front yard and my backyard yesterday and over the weekend. And then I have a back property that I mow, and that back property, but it's very treed and all that. That back property, I will get to mow some of it tonight, but that's going to be it. There are other things to do though. Anyways, so that's that. As you could probably tell, I'm getting more and more tan because I just love being outside. I just absolutely love, love, love. I love coding and I love being outside, which is a very strange combination. All right. Let's get to this. It is a super duper Monday, Monday after a 3-day weekend, and usually the first day after a 3-day weekend is a Tuesday, but it's Monday, so that means we're very tired today, and we'll probably be extraordinarily tired on Friday because normally there's only 4 work days after a 3-day weekend, but this time there's 5 work days, and I think this may be the only holiday like that. So, so hang on, guys. If you enjoy being gainfully employed, this may be the most challenging week of the year to still have your job at the end of the week. So hang in there. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your coworkers, because we're all in this together. So I need to create a new test. And the way you create a test is with an it function, which another way of saying that is with a new spec. And the way you create a new spec is with an it function. So I'm going to start my it function, and the it function requires 2 arguments. I don't know if we should call them arguments. I know arguments and parameters are kind of synonyms, but it depends on the context of what you're using them. Sometimes when you're talking about, I think it's when you're writing the function, that like if we were creating an it function, we would say, oh, our it function has 2 arguments. But I think if we're using it, implementing it, we're supposed to say 2 parameters, but it could be the other way around. So the first argument or parameter is the name of it. So it should create a camera. And I don't know if we need to say, I guess it's a ThreeJS camera. And then we'll say that's because that's probably the camera, the thing we made before. Like we made the spec we made before had a description of should create a camera, and that was an ST camera. But now we want a ThreeJS camera. So the second thing is a callback function. And that is our callback function. And within our callback function, we will want to execute some functionality. So we have kind of fallen into I think it automatically builds a basic Angular. When we create a component, it actually creates a basic unit test for us, and it always names the unit test that you are actually testing service. So I just left it that way. So service dot create camera. Now we know that the create camera, by just looking at it, gets a ST camera. Ooh, that makes it a little more complicated. So we have to get our ST service. And so I guess we're going to do this. Let ST camera service, which is an ST camera service. And I don't really remember that. I just remember doing that. And see, this time it just decided, oh, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it brought it in. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. And then I think what we have to do is down here, we have to say ST service, ST camera service is equal to test bed inject. And I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants here. I don't know exactly if I'm doing this right, but inject ST camera service. And I don't know why I did the little cross over there. But so now we have so we need to do basically what we did before on the other slide, which we need to get an ST ID. So const ST ID is equal to ST camera service dot create base camera. I don't know why it has a problem with this. Does the camera? So it expected, an aspect ratio. So aspect ratio is the width divided by the height, or the height divided by the width. I think it's the width divided by the height. So we're going to say that it just got a square one. So that's 1. So let's say we're going to say, we're going to imagine that what we're going to present this thing in would be a 100 by 100 or a 500 by 500 screen viewport. So now we have our camera ID. Now, the next thing is we want to, I think that might be all we need from over there because, oh, okay. Now, no, we need to get our ST camera. So const, which is of type ST. And I see this is what's so nice about like kind of having a very consistent naming convention is that then you can it should be equals. It's like you don't really have to remember it because you kind of know the secret words to it. Get camera ID and ST, because like it would be easy for me to just say, oh, I just remember all these things, but I don't. So we have to, I think I was calling it a roll up, but I believe it's called a barrel file. So we have two places we can bring it in, either directly from its source or the barrel file. I prefer to do the barrel file. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason. So now we have our ST camera. So I can create a 3 camera from this ST camera. So it'll take this and it'll be like, oh, okay, I know exactly what to do. But it's interesting because well, I guess I was wrong here. I don't need an ST camera. Wow, I don't know, even know what happened there. I don't need this. I need just, well, oh, because I need the ID. Okay, so I don't need the actual ST camera. But I do need the ST camera ID, and that's probably going to, I probably could just make up an ID number, but I don't know. Let's just do it that way. I bet you will be happy we did that one day in the future. So now we know that the camera is going to return the ID that we give it. So let's create the camera. I know. So we're going to say, we already have it, so we don't really need it. So we're going to say service dot create camera. We're going to give it our STID. And, oh, I know, right? We got to quit smoking. And our frustrum, and I don't remember what a frustrum is, and aspect ratio, and then near is 0.1. That's the closest that it'll show. Anything closer than 0.1, it won't show. Far, anything that's more than 100 away, it won't show. It'll only render anything that's between 0.1 and 100. This is the ratio of the screen that we're looking at, and then this is the ID that we just generated up in ST service. I don't know if we need that, but I have a feeling we're going to be glad we did that at some point in the future. So let's hit save. It looks like it's running. We'll see if we get new stuff. See, it kind of does stuff like that, and then you don't even know. So it kind of, oh, okay, it just took it a while. And now we have 100%. So it did the camera ID, it set the position, which is weird to me. I don't know when it set the position. It's weird, weird, weird. How did set position ever get called? Now, is this worth chasing down and figuring out like what call we made that set the position? It was probably over an ST camera service, so let's say instead we'll just hard code a number. And we'll get rid of this and see if that set position ever gets called. Yeah, see, they never get called. So they get called based on this. So I guess that would be a side effect. I guess we don't want to do that. But I don't know. I feel like those two live together. You know, they just live. They will live together. Like I don't know. Setting the position. So, I mean, what we could do is const ID. I guess I don't know what to do here. I really don't. And it's the only reason I don't really know what to do here is because I just don't have much experience with this kind of thing. Especially like all the experience I have is kind of based around like just being forced to do this against my will. So then set service dot set camera position. See, now I have to create a triple. So let's like, I think what we want to do is we want to give it our ID. Well, we want to get the camera. I guess we want to get the camera by ID. And we don't really need it. Camera by ID, and we'll give it our, so we get an instance of this ThreeJS camera. And then this is a 3 camera, 3 perspective. So constant is a 3 dot perspective. And it's always very like tempting to start testing 3, you know, like, but you really shouldn't try to test the ThreeJS, right? Like assertions against the ThreeJS. Man. Do I need to do this? 3. Oh, what the heck? Oh. It just won't let me do this. 3. No. Oh wait, what am I doing? That's not gonna work. We want camera. Of type 3 perspective camera. And we probably don't need this. Okay. Alright. And then now that we have our 3 camera, and I probably should name it 3 camera. Because shit will get very confusing here. And we'll hit save. I don't think it will set the position. It won't run the set position. And now I think what we could do, and I'm not sure on this. No, this is take a service dot set camera position, and then stid, and I believe this is like this. No. Position st triple is equal to, and I just kind of remember this from before. And let's go look at an st triple. Oh, but well, what's the complaint? Oh, okay. I think it's supposed to be X, Y, and Z. Is it like that? Oh, STX. Okay, so I know it's STX because I looked at this right here. STY and STZ position. I think we're waiting for it to run. And okay, so now we have 100% coverage. I do not like these. I mean, we're not testing it. We have something that's not tested. Probably need to separate this into two different tests. Probably don't want to do this side effect of the ST. We don't want this side effect testing. Probably. I don't know. I just don't even know. And I'm 2 minutes late to work, so I have got to go. Let me just take care of this, and tomorrow we'll actually probably break this out into two tests. Add two more tests, and we'll have our 100% coverage. That went pretty quick, so I'm hoping that tomorrow is a similar sort of experience where like we write these two tests and maybe we'll be able to hop on to the next one, which would in fact be, I guess, the easiest way to figure that out is to come in here and it'll be 3 geometry, which will probably be pretty similar. So, you know, the hope is that we're done with all of these. We've worked our way all the way through all of these by Monday. Let's see, I'm just going to do this. I mean by Friday, so that we can work on resizing on Saturday. Okay, we still have our 100%. Let's go back to this so we know what we're working on tomorrow. But looking good. Everybody have a wonderful day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your coworkers. It's going to be a rough one. Bye.